All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to break down one of the biggest challenges for English learners, how to finally stop translating in your head and actually start thinking in English.
So, let me ask you a question, and be honest. When you're trying to speak English, does your brain jump to your native language first, and then you do the mental work of translating? Yeah? If you're nodding your head right now, you are definitely not alone, and trust me, you're in exactly the right place.
You see, thinking in English isn't some kind of magic trick that only super advanced speakers can do. Nope, it's a habit. And today, we're going to explore some really simple, practical ways you can start building that new habit so you can speak with way more confidence and fluency. But first, we've got to understand what we're up against. I like to call it the translation trap. And honestly, this one habit is probably the biggest thing holding you back from speaking English smoothly and naturally. So what exactly is it? Well, it's that constant back and forth in your head. It's when you take a thought from your native language and then have to convert it, word by word, into English before you can even open your mouth. Your brain is literally doing double the work. And this has some really frustrating side effects, right? It makes your speech feel slow, kind of clunky because your brain is trying to manage two languages at once. That hesitation, well, it just crushes your confidence. And you know that feeling when you're in the middle of a sentence and a really simple word just vanishes? That's the translation trap, causing a total mental traffic jam. Okay, so we know the problem. What's the fix? It's all about building a new mental habit. We need to train our brains to connect English words directly to images, feelings, and ideas, skipping the middleman entirely. Just look at the difference here. The old way, the wrong habit, is this slow, clunky three-step process. You think of the word in your language, you translate it to water, and then you try to build a sentence around it. The goal, the right habit, is to make it instant. You see a mental picture of water and your brain just goes straight to the English word, water. And this is so important. Your goal is not to get faster at translating. Your goal is to stop translating altogether. You want to build a direct highway from an idea in your head straight to the English word for it. So, how in the world do we actually build this new habit? Well, the good news is you don't need to spend hours studying. It all starts with really simple daily practices that you can weave into your life, like starting today. And you've got to remember this. You do not need big, complicated vocabulary to start thinking in English. It's actually the complete opposite. Fluency is built on a foundation of simple, everyday thoughts. Seriously, it starts this small. The next time your stomach starts to rumble, just catch yourself. Instead of thinking it in your native language, form the thought directly in English, I am hungry. That's it. That's a win. Or how about this? When you're making a drink in the morning, consciously think in English, I like key, or I need coffee. You're linking that action, that feeling, directly to the English words. Or when you step outside, what do you feel? Instead of just noticing it, form the sentence, it is hot today. Every one of these tiny moments is like doing one rep at the gym. It slowly but surely builds your English brain. So here are 3 amazing things you can start doing. First, just sprinkle those simple English thoughts throughout your day. Second, and this is a big one, talk to yourself. Be your own narrator. I am walking to the kitchen. I need to check my email. And third, just take 5 minutes, look around the room, and start naming things in English. That is a chair. The wall is white. I know, talking to yourself might feel a little weird at first, but you have to trust me on this. It is one of the most effective ways to build that internal English voice. It's not crazy at all. It's your secret weapon for fluency. Okay, so that's the active practice. But you can also help your brain learn when you're not even trying that hard. This is where listening comes in. It's how you start to soak up the natural rhythm and flow of English without even thinking about it. And the key here is to keep it simple and fun. You don't need to understand some complicated news report. Just put on some English songs you like, watch short, simple videos, find podcasts that are made for English learners. Now, listen closely, because this is the most important part. When you're listening, your goal is not to translate every sentence. Don't do it. Your only job is to get the main idea, the general feeling. Just let the sounds and the patterns wash over you. I mean, think about it. This is exactly how we all learned our first language as kids, right? We just listened, and our brains started to figure out the patterns all on their own. Well, guess what? Your brain can still do that. You just have to give it a chance. All right, so we've got the problem, we've got the solution, and we've got the daily exercises. But you know what? None of that matters without the right mindset. So let's talk about the journey itself.
let me be perfectly clear about something. As you do this, you are going to make mistakes. You will absolutely forget words that you knew yesterday. And sometimes you're going to feel confused. And I need you to know that is not just okay, that is 100% normal. In fact, I want you to start thinking about mistakes differently. A mistake isn't a failure. It's proof. It's proof that you're trying, that you're pushing yourself, that you are actually learning. So please, don't be afraid of them.
So, what's the big takeaway here? Let's boil it down. For your daily focus, don't worry about perfect sentences, just start with words. Don't get stuck on perfect grammar, focus on getting your idea across. And most important of all, be consistent. Seriously, 5 or 10 minutes every single day is so much more powerful than 2 hours on a Sunday. And with that, let's make this real. I want to leave you with one simple question. Don't put this off. Don't wait for the perfect time to start. As soon as this is over, what is the very first thing that you are going to think on purpose in English today?